All right, we back at it, Homegrown Radio. Chuck Dizzle, DJ Head, man.
Yeah.
We are welcomed once again. One of the homegrown homies, man. My man Propaganda is back.
West, how's everybody doing?
Man, appreciate you coming back, bro.
Dog, appreciate you having me back. You won't have to. You know what I'm saying?
It's been some years, man.
Some years.
You actually, the last time you came through, we were still at the spot on Market Street. We were kind of in the transition of being here.
Yeah,
at
it was
iHeart, man. And, some things have happened in the past couple of years,
Man.
bro. I mean, just a lot of elevation on both of our ends. And even on the side, I was just telling you congratulations. You were telling me congratulations, obviously, me and Head and everything,
Absolutely.
man. So just want to say it formally, congratulations with everything that's been going on. New project out right now.
Yeah.
New book, new podcast. We got a lot to talk about, man. So let's start off with Terraform. So what does that mean?
I love it.
There we go.
Yeah, so back up a few steps.
Go ahead.
Label folded, manager ghosted me, DJ dies.
Wow.
That was all in 1 year.
Wow.
Damn.
And was already talking to some other homies about some new management situations. Found a new manager. He asked me one question. He was like, what do you want to talk about for the next 10 years? I was like, damn, 10 years? So I was like, this needs to be a big enough idea, because obviously, like, I do so much more than music, you know what I'm saying, that it's like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
So I came across the word terraform, and it's a science fiction word for when you find a distant planet in the process of making that planet livable to be able to, support life. Is what we're doing on Mars. It's called terraforming, right? So I just got to thinking, like, well, Earth is getting less and less livable, whether it's the actual physicality of the Earth or just interpersonally, geopolitically, socioculturally, like all of it is just like, what if we thought of I did it as sort of a creative jump off. What if we thought of Earth as its own terraforming project, whether it was our relationships, our families, internally, and ultimately just building the society that we would like to see. So that was the jump off for just what I want to talk about. I want to talk about culture building. You know what I'm saying? And I think in a lot of ways, like, we forget how much of the shit that we exist in now was made up. Like, ain't no force field at the 47th parallel separating Canada from America. Nigga, we made it up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right? You know what I'm saying? So since it's not real.
White people made it up.
Yes. But since it's not real and it's not serving us, right? Like, capitalism, socialism, the shit is made up. Right. You know what I'm saying? But if that's the case, then let's make something better.
Right.
And I don't know what that thing is, but I'm talking about, like, just having a collective imagination. So that's that's the whole idea, and that's played out in a book and in an album that's really 4 different EPs.
You know why?
Why you giggling?
You know what's funny? The reason why I'm laughing at you is because whenever I have these ideas and shit, and I'll be like, no, I'll be trying to explain it to people.
Yeah.
And it just looking at him, listening to you, it's like, and I see
what people react to,
how people feel about when I be talking.
Yeah. Let me tell you something, dog. Like, so the first EP, the People EP, Mosky produced, right?
Yeah, shout out to Mosky.
Yeah, that's my dog, right? And one thing that Mosky used to always tell me, same thing from Mo, all the other, like, artists I would work with, they would be like, you're talking Martian. And it's like, we're not going to understand what you say until 4 years from now.
Right.
So even when I think I'm making hits, like shit I can send to the radio, they was like, nigga, this is dense. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, dude.
Hey, let me tell you something. I'm going to be that person to tell you. I've never heard none of your stuff and be like, yeah, this is for everybody.
Yes, I feel you. You know what I'm saying?
This is for a select
it's
person.
Real. You know what I'm
saying?
saying?
Like Elon Musk and Black Thought. You know what I'm saying?
And there's part of me that accepted it. Like, you are who you are. You know what I'm saying? But one thing that
the
Mosky
average
really
motherfucker
did.
that just be having a beer and some tacos.
Don't turn this shit on.
They ain't turn that
bumping props. They don't bumping props.
You can turn it on, but you
have to stop and listen.
Yeah,
so I'm with it. So one thing that Mosky was like really hard on me for this last EP was like, you need to make something people, regular ass niggas will listen to. You know what I'm saying? So that was like really the push for this last. And then, like, do you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna not be me.
I'm gonna tell you.
But yeah,
we are the culture.
That was one.
Love it.
That's it. That shit hard.
And not just because you
shout and you know, I would love to shit on you. I would love to tell you.
I know.
I would love to say, hey, you know, that shit is whatever. That shit's hard.
Thank you,
You
sir.
know what I'm saying?
That means a lot because I know you.
And clarify, it's not just because you shouted homegrown out on there, too.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It had nothing to do with that.
No,
It was-
I know,
it's-
but for the people that are going go back and press play, they be like, the man,
Oh, man,
he
he
wasn't
shouted.
feeling that, man. He just because he said homegrown, but now that record is hard, bro.
Thank you,
for
man.
real, for real.
Thank you. Yeah, that was one that we went back and forth and was like, make this right. You know,
Back and
so
forth in terms of like people were like you and the team were listening
me and
to
Mosky
okay.
really like he made all 7 of those beats.
Nice.
Like in one session. You know what I mean? Like he just was like, we had an idea, this is the way we want to go. Made the tracks and he played and he wouldn't play me nothing until they were all done.
Word.
He made me come to his studio and play them
Pull up
all
on 'em, yeah.
top to bottom,
Mhm.
right? And he was like, this is the single. It's that motivation. It's like you need I don't respond to like motivation that's belittling very well.
But you had to
You
be
know what I'm
pushed.
saying?
Yeah.
But I do respond to like come on, nigga, like come
Right,
with it. You know what I'm
right,
saying?
right.
Like I respond to that well, where it's like know who you are. Like
Yeah.
stop playing games. Mosky was like, I feel like you're one of the dopest rappers I know,
Right.
but you've never showed it. You've never made a song that showed just kind of what you said. Like you don't bump stuff. He was like, you've never made a song that shows how good of a rapper you are.
Wow.
He was like, let's do it on this song. And that's
what we are the culture.
We are the culture. Yeah.
And what I loved about that is kind of like if people haven't heard it, it beautifully explains what you were talking about as well. It's like, yo, we are if we're gonna rebuild something anyway,
Yes.
like we're the ones that they're getting all this stuff from anyway.
It's us.
So why
Yeah.
not start and basically build our own thing and do it
Yeah.
our own way and serve our own people in that way. So
Facts.
again, you did it in a way where it's like it's digestible, it
Man,
bumps.
thank you. Yeah.
And you didn't. I don't feel like you compromised yourself.
Yeah, man. I've tried, man. Like earlier in my career.
You tried to
like,
make the radio record.
I tried, dog.
What did that sound like? Mathematical, irrational, pterodactyl,
Lyrical miracles.
Miracle,
No, it wasn't no
miracle,
lyrical
yeah.
miracles. Like,
pterodactyl.
it was like because I had a shot to do like a gang of ghostwriting.
Mm-hmm.
So, and with those scenarios, like pressure's off because it's not my name. So I was kidding.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like, since you're just kidding,
You
you know what I mean? You can say whatever you
Let
want.
loose.
You know what I'm saying? So they were like, it was kind of like the snap your fingers season of like, the club hits and stuff like that. So I could do it when I was joking.
Yeah.
But then to try to take myself serious and make my own song like this, I was like, nah.
Do you remember any of those records off the top of your head?
Oh man. Am I still? I think the NDA is done. am I still under?
Contractual obligation.
Contract.
No, plenty of motherfuckers and came up here and got in trouble.
Yeah.
So,
So I'm thinking, but I we had some.
give me like 4. Give me like 4 bars.
Oh man. What was-
Don't look away from the camera.
I'm trying to think of like
Give me-
because the shit was collaborative.
He got his whole body turned away from the
Because
camera.
I'm trying
Man,
to
just
think.
in
Look,
case
let me get some lyrical mirror. I'm accessing my cerebral cortex, and most people do that. When they look up
around,
into that's what I'm doing.
Okay.
So
Access whatever the fuck you need.
So there
Here,
was.
you want my key card? Here, access whatever you need
So
to
there was-
access so I get these 4 bars.
Oh man! So shout out Shames Worthy. Like this was one of the ones we did. It was his chorus. It was knock knock. Oh man, how's that? Rafi, how does that go? Knock knock. Who's there? Everybody in the crew's there. We had a long week. Who cares? Cause it's Friday, Nick. Bitch is about to get they boots. Knock knock. Who's there? Just joking. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so we did. So there was that. There was some stuff for like, just a bunch of like.
Where is it stuff that you ghost wrote and it actually made it to a project?
Some of them did, some of them didn't.
Okay.
It was
Got it.
you know how labels had like the guys in the bullpen that these ain't the franchise dudes, but like they need songs.
Yeah.
So those are a little easier to land. You know what I'm saying? So like we just
Knocked them out for that.
just knock them out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you did a lot of writing, okay, for other people. Can you be considered one of the best in the game if you don't write your own shit?
I'm cut from that purest cloth. So
That-
personally, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So I'm not the type that don't believe in collaboration, You know, like, yeah, have somebody in here, like, if you're not good at choruses, like, yeah, somebody write your chorus. But, like, the idea that, like, yo, this was somebody else's 16.
Right.
I can't call you the greatest
What
rapper.
if
Like,
it's
okay, so define what are we calling?
What if it's four? We're talking hip hop, right? What if it's 4 bars out of 16? Maybe not the whole 16, but it's like I gave you.
Hey, his stomach over here.
Yeah.
turning,
Yeah, my
boy.
stomach
I gave
turning,
you the
man.
ignition,
I was just
right?
like,
You got your whole body turned.
Gave you the ignition to just start off, just to and
it's
the
like,
rest.
what's
the rest,
our goal here? Like, are you landing a hit?
It don't matter. It's just
If
you
you're landing a hit, you can't argue with hits. You know what I'm saying? But if you talking like you're talking rapper to rapper, I am just I'm a product of like Good Life, Blowed, Foundation, Elements. I'm a product of that scene out here.
Right.
That you just don't put another person's bars in your mouth. Now, now, let me qualify this. Now, let's just say, for example, you're gonna do a song that's like a song like with another person, and it's like we're doing a 4x4 kind of like fun thing. You know what I'm saying?
America's Most Wanted.
Something like that.
Back and forth.
You doing something like that. If y'all are like sharing bars like that, okay, that's different. You know what I'm saying? Because like you're trying to create a song, we're doing it together. It's understood that like, of course, this is both of our pens. I think that's different.
Let me ask you this. Hold on.
Go ahead.
If me and you are writing a song, we just got the beat on loud in here.
Yeah.
You writing your 16, I'm writing my 16. 4 of the bars that I wrote fit better and perfectly for your 16. Do you discard it just because I wrote it?
Are we on the song together?
No.
Oh, you're just in the room.
Yeah. But
Do
the
I
4
discard
bars
it?
I slid you is shitting on your 4 bars, and you know it'll make the song a way better song. Do you discard it just because I wrote it?
And be clear, we're not talking about a hook.
No.
I was like, yeah,
because you can, because I know what the rapper doing.
like,
You like,
if
I'm
it's-
gonna just make the hook and then blah, blah, blah. Nah.
if
This
it's
is
me,
your bars.
It's
This
the
is
16. Do you get rid of it? Why is your whole body turned away from the camera?
he's thinking.
because you talking to me.
No,
I
no.
was trying to respect you talking to me.
No,
but if you
look.
need me to focus on the camera,
No,
I'll do
you don't
that.
need to focus on. I'm just saying.
Okay, I'll turn this way. Yeah.
But yeah.
I was like, because you talking.
No,
Okay.
the
but,
conversation.
Do you throw it away?
Does propaganda throw it away?
Does propaganda throw it away? And you know
I know it makes a better song.
it makes the song way better.
God, dog, man, I figure out a way to put it in. I don't know. I don't throw it away. I just don't know. I've never been in that position. You know what I'm saying?
He said nobody ever outwrote him before.
No, somebody has outwrote me. I just pulled myself off the song because I'm like,
respectively.
nigga, you got better. This verse is better.
For
you should be on this song.
Okay, so
You know what I'm saying?
so you find a way to get it in there
If it's better for the song, I feel like you find a way to get it in there.
intact. My whole 4.
Your whole 4.
Why are we focus on his 4?
I just want him to see because his stomach is turning.
Yeah,
Because it's like,
Hey,
I don't want to.
the purist in him.
I
is
know.
Purest in
That's
me
why
is
it's like the tug
But
of
listen,
war.
so it's like, yeah, I mean, it's to me, it's like the difference between like, it's like an OG and an old head. Like, you know, an old head would never, you know what I'm saying? But I'm like, the reality of like me now, it's like, okay, 11, 12 years later, I've been a professional artist this whole time. It's like, you understand that there are ways to make songs.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like, it is what it is. You know what I mean? Like, if it's, the song is what matters.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
The product.
Yes, you know what I'm saying? So like that's what I'm saying. So as a professional, I'm like,
understand that.
I understand that. But you asked me as a rapper,
Do you lose sleep over it?
would I? It depends.
Like that's the part that everybody rap at the show.
I know, right? Now, okay.
Yep.
Okay, so listen. There are songs that I perform where the features verse was so good that you can't not perform it. You know what I'm saying? So like, of course I've memorized their verse, but everybody in the crowd knows that that's their verse. But yeah, whole room's rapping along. And you're like,
damn.
I mean,
I did have
look,
2
what can I
verses
say?
before that.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
What can I say? Like, it is what it is. And to me, it's like, if you love, which I do, somebody that just loves hip hop so much, it's like, that would supersede my own ego, my own pride, because it's like, I just love hip hop. So it's like, if the what should last, because you're gonna forget my name, like, y'all gonna forget me. You know what I'm saying? But like, if you make that timeless, like, I feel like anybody, at least again, cut from my cloth, is like, in some ways you're still chasing that timeless, you know what I'm saying? And that's what somebody asked me, like, were you done rapping? And I was like,
not until
still haven't made that timeless.
Scratch that
you know what I'm
itch.
saying? It's still elusive. You know what I mean?
For sure.
Yeah.
Now, out the gate on the project, something I can just appreciate. One of the bars you said, and again, it just ties into everything that you're saying and how you respond when people challenge you. Said, almost talked me out of my own desires.
Yeah.
Man, talk about where your head was with that. Was there a specific experience that you were going through, or I feel like those type of things that you talk about, that resonates with a lot of people. You know what I'm saying?
Man. Yeah, I think that, everyone faces challenges, you know, so it is what it is. That's going to happen. But I think there's a moment where when you're not healthy, you know, physically and mentally, it can do a number on you if you see even your homies, like, getting success in things, you know what I'm saying, that makes you feel like, we'll kick rocks. I guess I'm not as good as I think I am. You know what I'm saying? And for me, just like my personality is like, well, I'm like one of those, like, I'm like, I don't know if you ever read Red Ocean, Blue Ocean. It's like, if everybody's going this way, I'm gonna go that way. I'd rather be the only fish in this ocean. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not chasing
what everybody else is going for.
Because it's like, I'm never gonna make a Kendrick song. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna chase it. I'll never do that. You know what I'm saying? It's out of here. You feel me? So like, so it's like, it's never gonna happen. So why even try? So for me, I'm like, so there are times when you're just like, okay, if this is not working, quote unquote
working.
Yeah, quote unquote. It's like, well, let me try other things that maybe I feel like I'm good at. You know what I mean? Like, whereas when you're healthy, it's like that's coming from like an honest desire to expand and, you know, maximize and, you know, use all of your talents and stuff like that. But when it's unhealthy, you're just like, man, you hating on yourself and on everybody else because you're just mad that the numbers don't look the way they supposed to look. So, you know, for me, it's like, yeah, you coming out the way that, it's kind of like the way that my label situation ended, the way that like, you know, I mean, I'm not trying to throw nobody under the bus, you know what I'm saying? But like the way that like 3 albums, like Sony got in perpetuity and I didn't know, like it happened without me knowing, you know what I'm saying? Cause it was just some kung fu, you know what I'm saying? So like, you're like, we had this big old budget. I had all this stuff. You know, we was doing this tour. I'm selling the most tickets I've ever sold. You know what I'm saying? Like, finally headlining. Yeah. Now I don't own the masters. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, well, I have the masters. I just can't distribute them.
Which is
because they, you know what I'm saying? So you're just like, it's not working. You know what I'm saying? Like, shit is not working. You feel me? And I'm like, so you just try to talk yourself out of it. Maybe I don't love it anymore. Maybe I'll just do something else. Maybe I'll go full poetry. Maybe I'll just go full, you know, author, you know what I'm saying? But you're just talking yourself out of it, and it's really just because you're not healthy. Yeah. You know what I mean?
So, I mean, you were dealing with all this stuff going on, and now, you know, in the midst of that pandemic, boom, 2020, right?
Bam.
And everybody deals with it their own way.
Yeah.
So for somebody like yourself that, you know, this is the 9 to 5, this is the career,
this is it.
And this is how you make, you know, this is at the height of where everything is happening right now.
Yeah.
How did you handle it?
Well, full transparency, right when the pandemic started was when the first third of my book advance came.
Hello.
So it was the biggest bag I've ever gotten in my life.
Perfect time. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so I was like, so there's that. I took that and bought our house. You know what I'm saying? So now I'm a homeowner. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, praise the Lord God Almighty. You know what I mean? But emotionally, because 2018 and 19 were so devastating for me. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I had such a like I was more prepared for like
a big hit.
Yeah, for a big hit. So, and it's like, I mean, y'all probably know, like I've been poor before.
This ain't
you know what I'm
new.
saying? Being poor
Right,
ain't new.
right.
You know what I'm saying?
I've had to scrape the surface. I get this.
You feel me? It's like why you make spaghetti, because it lasts for weeks. You know what I'm saying?
On
So,
top of this too, I mean, not that it makes anything better, but it kind of does. When the world is going through it at the same time,
yes,
it's kind of like, okay, I'm not singled out by what's going on.
I definitely felt like at some point in my life, like in the back of my mind, the irrational fear was like that I was gonna fuck up my career. I was gonna say something on Twitter. You know what I'm saying? I was gonna I was gonna back the wrong person, and I was gonna ruin it all. It was kind of a relief to know that, like, that I didn't.
You're
you
like,
know what I'm saying?
A global pandemic.
Yeah. But for me, it was like I had all these other things on the back. Like I was already working on this book thing. You know, if y'all know me, maybe y'all not listening, but y'all know that like I'm heavy into like coffee industry. So like there's the podcasting stuff. But all those things, but all those things were like, they never really got the oxygen they could have, because I'm on the road all the time.
Right.
So the pandemic was like, okay, give them oxygen and let's see if they actually do work. You feel me? And and then out of that was like, well, now like in September, like I got a cold brew, you know what I mean? Like so now I have my own coffee company, you know what I'm saying? Like, so there's that, you know what I'm saying? I told myself during the pandemic, I was going to become the Anthony Bourdain of coffee. I was like, I'm going to be him. You know, Oprah's book, you know what I'm saying? Oprah's book list for coffee. You feel me?
Sure.
Yeah. I mean, we could spend a whole other hour talking about like the justice issues with coffee, but like, that's black. Like it's a black issue to me, you know what I mean? But yeah, so I feel like I was like able to, one, try these things professionally, and then secondly, like I realized like my entire marriage, I have never spent a whole month at home.
Wow.
At least one weekend.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
So like you don't know your kids, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, I need to know my children. You know what I mean? I need to know, like, I need to really know my wife. Like there's always some break, you know what I mean? Because I'm gone. And that's just not sustainable. You know what I mean?
That's one thing that you told me when you did the dad advice for me. It was like, you don't know your kids.
You don't know them.
You don't know them. And that was profound. I'm like, wow,
crazy.
that's actually so true, because you spend so much time grinding, working. And now you're forced to be at home. You're forced to shut down. So it's like, as much as it's crazy, it's the blessing in disguise that you're able to spend more of that time with the family.
It's crazy, man. I mean, you know, and they little humans, so they dealing with the pandemic too. You know what I'm saying? And like, it was really, that was one of the toughest lessons, was like really understanding my older daughter's like mental health. She's from a previous relationship with mine. I'm really her stepfather, but I've been her father since she was 3. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So like, her pops, her dad's in her life, right? Like, good dude. You know what I'm saying? It's not like that story. Like she sees him, she sees his family. You know what I'm saying? But day in, day out, she's with me, you know what I'm saying? And really understanding, like, she moved from like this, like, you're just this extension of this woman I fell in love with. You just kind of came with her, you know what I'm saying? To like, oh no, this is really my daughter, you know what I'm saying? And like, had to like really work out our relationship and like, who is she separate from her mom, you know what I'm saying? And like, what is our relationship separate from her mom? And like, and this shit is rough, dog. Like,
I can imagine.
It's hard, you know what I'm saying? It's hard, like, in knowing what's going on in her, like being like, am I like shading my birth father if I build a relationship with you? Like, is that a diss to him? From her perspective, is that a diss to him? Yeah. How is he going? She worried about his feelings.
Have you talked to her directly about that?
Yeah. Like,
how old is she?
She's 15.
So she's fully aware.
We have real conversations.
Real nigga conversations.
Yes.
Yeah.
We have real conversations. And it's like, and it's hard, dog. And she even admitted, like, she was like, that's where that came from. She was like, I don't know, man. Like, sometimes I feel like the closer I get, it's like I'm dissing. Right. You know what I mean? Man, and what I'm going to say? Yeah, what I'm going to say to her? You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to say nothing to her. It's like, process it.
Applaud that honesty, man.
You feel me? I applaud, exactly. You applaud the honesty. But then it's like, again, going back to like, making sure you in a healthy place, because like, doc, 2 years ago,
wouldn't be able to receive that.
Crushed me. Yeah. It'll crush me, because I'm just like, like, I'm paying all the fucking bills in this house. You know what I'm saying? Like, it'll crush me, but like, I get it now. You know what I'm saying?
Emotional maturity.
Yes, it's exactly what it is.
For sure.
Yeah.
So now, I mean, we got the album, we got the book, and we got to talk about this podcast deal too,
Hood
man.
Politics,
Hood Politics. Now, break it down for the people that when they hear the title,
Yeah.
they're gonna probably think something else.
Yeah.
So what is
Matter
Hood?
of fact, I got a call from some like real ass niggas.
That's
over this.
why
You know what
I'm
I'm
talking
saying?
about that.
Yes.
When you hear Hood Politics, you think, okay, you talking about hood politics.
Yeah.
Right. And in a sense, you break it down with the intro and all that as well.
Yeah.
But going to tell people what it is, and the backlash, so to speak, or the cause that you got because of that.
Yeah. So Hood Politics, it's this. It's listen, you, me, well, maybe, I don't know, but I know me, I never gangbanged a day in my life.
Mm-hmm.
I'm from these hoods.
Mm-hmm.
I've been affiliated, but I've never gangbanged a day in my life. But I had to know it was vital for my survival to understand the map that's around me, how y'all move, you know, what's the right people to talk to, who I can talk to, who I can hang out with, what's the pathway home, who to walk around, when I feel like one of the greatest things to know in growing up in the hood is when it's time to slide. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
That is the greatest lesson. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? So it's vital. And then for me, somebody like me that's like, I started off at South Central and then we moved to like SGV, like La Puente, you know what I'm saying? So I'm over there with the Vatos. And nigga, if you don't know the difference between La M and Maltrucha, nigga, if you don't know the difference between a Mexican and El Salvadorian, a Tongan and a Samoan, you get this shit wrong, that's your life.
Out. Yeah,
you understand what I'm saying? So I'm like, they don't need to know how I move. But I need to know how y'all move. Because when I was out there with them Vatos, my uncles and them wasn't coming. They was back on 67th. You know what I'm saying? I was in La Puente by myself. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I'm going to have to square up with y'all, and I need to know how y'all move. So, right? Now, let me finish this.
Go ahead.
And in the same way, I'm not a politician. I've never been a politician a day in my life. But I absolutely, for my survival, have to know how y'all move. Yeah. So the idea of the show is to say that when I became a teacher, I was teaching 6 years in Pomona. When I became a teacher, I realized that, like, what I do to understand what I'm about to teach you would probably help you because you lived the same life I lived. So the more I understood politics and geopolitics, I just realized, oh, this is just hood shit. This is just surviving the hood. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, you ain't move, you move, they move just like. So I'm like, and I have to know this to understand what the next move is gonna be. Who you gonna vote? Why you voting for this? Why is this? Why is it such a big deal to acknowledge the Armenian genocide? Like, what do you mean acknowledge it? Nigga, there's a monument off the 60. Yeah. Like, what you mean acknowledge it? Nigga, we know. You know what I'm saying? Why though? You know what I'm saying? So understanding who got the bag, why it is. Like, you know, what do you mean by the account? What the hell is a filibuster? Why do you fucking care? You know what I'm saying? Like, the more I realized that I was like, again, more interested in, I was like, this is hood shit. You know what I'm saying? So ultimately, my hope is like, really to onboard people like us who oftentimes feel like we're not welcome to this conversation because we don't know what we're talking about. And I want to be like, hold up now. You do know what you're talking about.
Exactly.
It's just a different vocabulary. Right. You know what I'm saying? So that's really what it is. It's like I'm just taking hot takes in the news and translating them into terms that you and I will understand.
Now, what's interesting about you saying that's why I want to get into this right now when you brought that up, is you have a song called We Don't Understand. Is that no
entiende. Yeah.
Is that we don't understand. We don't understand, right?
Yes.
And then also it was interesting the Spanish, like obviously the Latin influence too, because I know on We Are the Culture, you mentioned your tia.
Yeah.
Or something like
tia,
that.
Yeah.
I don't remember the bar, but I call all that shit.
Yeah.
So where does that is that what you're talking about as far as like having that Latin influence?
I think because like I authentic for me it's pretty authentic in the sense that like when I say South Central, I'm talking about the east side between San Pedro and Avalon.
Facts.
So once you get to Avalon, that's Huntington Park. You know what I'm saying? So like I lived in that blurry
gray area.
You know what I'm saying? And then from there, like I said, I went to La Puente. So it's like when you you the only nigga over there. You know what I'm saying?
You gotta know how to move.
You gotta know how to move, and you just pick up the culture. You know what I'm saying? And so when I think of like a lot of times when I talk about my OGs, of course there's like my family OGs, like I said, from the East Side. You know what I'm saying? But then there's like these like veteranos who like were knocking on my door at like 6, 7 in the morning and be like, all right, we're gonna show you how to lay concrete. We're gonna show you how to do, you know what I'm saying? So you have this culture, you know what I'm saying, that like really, for me, like really took care of me. So that shit is authentic. Like I'm really, and I live in Boyle Heights now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so like the shit is like really coming out of me. You feel
like,
me?
What's dope is because I'm a huge advocate for the black and brown thing.
Yeah.
Just because of my family, I grew up in Linwood a lot, Linwood, Compton, and like we, you know,
right on top of each other,
right on top of each other, and a lot of the homies, obviously, that I grew up with are Mexican, like like a lot of my homies. I didn't even really hang out with black people until I got a little bit older in childhood, to be honest. You know what I'm saying? But those communities that emerged, like you said, Boyle Heights, and like I'm starting to see like the camaraderie.
Yeah,
amongst black and brown, because it used to be fucked up.
It was really bad.
It was really bad at one point. You know what I'm saying? Even the dude, and I just went to my mom's for the 4th of July weekend, and there's a big, huge Latin family, a Mexican family that lives next door, and they look out for my moms and shit.
Yeah,
they know who I am, but so
of course
they be looking out for my moms and shit, and I just be like, damn, like
that's love.
It's so different. Than the turmoil I remember when we was going to Hawaiian Gardens.
Good Lord,
like when we lived in Hawaiian Gardens, it was fucked up.
Yeah, man, I think a lot of that, like, I mean, with keeping your ear to the streets, like, a lot of that was jail. You know what I'm saying? A lot of that shit came from jail, you know what I'm saying? But I feel like, like, you're seeing, one, I think some of the, and this is why I like the idea of hood politics. I think some of this stuff was really honestly influenced by geopolitics, by, like, niggas seeing what happened at the border. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, they putting your children in cages? You know what I'm saying? Like, and, you know, and the rise of just, like, you know, this new version of like nationalism and just this rise of like loud white supremacy. I feel like in a lot of ways that shit like woke some of us up. Like, oh nigga, we all we got. You know what I'm saying? And just being locked out of the same systems is something, and just like you had, like I've been passionate about for most of my like professional life.
Now one thing
even
that
before music, like,
I feel like I'm gonna go on a deep dive because I did listen to the latest episode. The block is hot.
The block is literally hot.
The block is literally hot.
Yes.
And in this episode, just to kind of give you guys a tidbit of what the podcast is about, he's breaking down like where the water supply comes from. If you don't know, and I'm listening, I'm like, I didn't know that. I didn't know there was a difference between the private sector and the public sector. I thought. You know, I mean, I knew somebody owned it, but I didn't. I had no idea. But the fact that you broke all that down, it makes me want to go and kind of just research. Like, okay, I live in Carson. Where does this? Just to do my own research on it. So when people hear hood politics, they may think one thing that you're talking about specific hood politics, but it's like, no, you're breaking down that, and that's just one of the subjects. So I think people will get a deep appreciation for it too, man.
But but I definitely got a call.
So what now? What did you get the call when the podcast was announced, or a couple of episodes in? Did somebody hear it first and say, hey man, I don't like X, Y, and Z, or did they just not like the title?
It was more like what's that you claim? You have shot a motherfucker in the street, you know what I'm saying? Right. Just gang
like
shit.
A press.
I just got pressed, you know what I'm saying? And for me, it was like, you know, proof of concept of like, well, I know how to answer you, you know what I'm saying? Like, and again, for me, it's like, that's the show. It's like, I have to know how to answer you. And then like, I was hanging, y'all know Noah James. I was hanging with Noah, like, and we was just talking, and we had so many similar stories to where it was just like, in that situation, it's like, look, okay, what can we do? What you need from me, LG? You know what I'm saying? Right. What do you need? What's going to make you feel respected right now? You feel me? Like, you know.
It's not about proving like, I'm
bigger
than
to prove to you. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, I don't have anything to prove with you. I'm not in your life. You know what I'm saying? So like, I don't really have to, but I'm also from here and I know the rules and I want to respect you. You know what I'm saying? And that's my desire. I'm hoping that I'm communicating to you that like, I mean, I'm not like, I ain't no simp. Like, I ain't no punk. You're not finna just like run me off the block. But at the same time, It's your world.
Respectfully.
Respectfully, you feel me? So it's like, well, what would you like from me? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And we talked it through, you know what I'm saying? And actually, in a lot of ways, like, it really helped me, like, kind of, there was some critique I got, and this was like one of the critiques I got was like, well, who are you talking to?
You literally said that in one of the latest ones, and is that something that you rephrase each time? You say, "Look, I'm not." What do you say? I'm not
talking from the hood. I'm talking to the hood, and that was one of the challenges. It was like you using our shit, but you're not talking to us. Like, who are you talking to? Like, what is this for? And I was like, oh, damn, nigga, touche. You know what I'm saying? So, like, and that actually really helped me hone in to be like, well, okay, so it's cool to know it. Okay, yeah, okay, so you understand, again, what a filibuster is. What that got to do with us? Like, how is that going to move our culture forward? And I was like, damn, that's some good feedback. Yeah. See what I'm saying? So, like, now I feel like I have, like, more of a vision of, like, this who I'm picturing, and this is what I hope for you.
So was this episode like 1 through 5, or like at what point
it was really early.
Early, okay.
It was really early.
I think this is to be commended though, because I've always had that pipe dream of taking subject matter that's not in our realm and that where we come from, right?
Yeah.
And making it easily digestible for our people.
Because, that's the hope. Yeah.
Like politics.
Yeah.
When it, like filibuster, like even these terminology, stocks.
Yeah.
Economic empowerment,
all that,
real estate, things that seem like, the untrained ignorance in me would be like, oh, that's white people shit.
Mm-hmm.
WPS.
Yep.
And be like, oh, that's white people shit.
Yep.
So, and another subtle, thing that I do now to try to reprogram, obviously with the unlearn the things that we've learned, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, I would look at stocks and financial freedom and financial literacy as white people shit.
Yeah.
Now what I do is I post all the dumb shit that white people do.
I love it. It cracks me up, dad.
And then in the reverse, I'm promoting books, stocks.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? To try to like reframe that narrative a little bit. Subconsciously, I've said it now, but that's kind of like.
But that's I see it, man. I could see it in your social media, and there's very purposeful, like, presentation of, like, specifically I've noticed with you with like the stocks and the financial freedom and just like ownership, like the real episode I just finished today it's a 2-part. It's called Global Hood. It's the idea of like the global South, and the concept was like basically around like the COVID response. It's 7 countries in Africa still haven't even tested. You know what I'm saying?
Wow,
like that. Like there's 11 countries that still don't have COVID. They still don't have vaccines. You know what I'm saying?
I got you. Okay.
Yeah, they still don't have vaccines. Got it. It's 11 countries. Well, we're done. You know what I mean? And like we've the G7, like, over half of the vaccines are with us. Then the rest of the world just split in less than half. You know what I'm saying? So like, ultimately, I'm gonna get on a tangent, but the point I'm trying to make is like, the greatest lick you could hit is land.
Facts.
That's because they ain't making no more earth. You know what I'm saying? So
if anything, it's going away.
It's going away. So when you think about like even adding like slavery and remember slavery, like we weren't the lick, we were the beast of burden. We're the machinery. We're the chattel. You know what I'm saying?
Tool.
We're the cattle. We're the tool. The lick is the land. So when you think about taking it from California all the way down to through Central and South America, the lick was always the land. You know what I'm saying? And I'm quote unquote financially motivated to make sure y'all stay destable, y'all stay broke, and y'all just produce the things we need.
Facts.
Right? And I'm like, that's us, ain't it? Isn't that the same? Isn't that what we've experienced this whole time? We make some shit and then sell it to other, and then you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, it's this. So now, again, going to the black and brown shit, the next time you hear something about like, migrant caravan from, what's called the Northern Triangle, so El Salvador, Nicaragua, Honduras, it's like, well, why is that place unstable? Nigga, us. America. Why is the hood like the hood? Nigga, because that's how it was made. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's intentional.
Yeah. So then the lick is still the land. So like you said with the financial freedom. So what that means is like, oh, I need to be talking about land, right? Like, you know what I'm saying? And so then that to me became like
The motive.
a light bulb for me too, because again, like that's not shit I think about or ever thought about as just a kid. I just wanted to upstairs. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to have an upstairs house.
Right.
You feel me? But like, but no, I never thought about the land that the house was sitting on. Like I never thought about that. Now I think about it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
Quick, now, before we wrap up, I do want to get your response on this because you mentioned something about the vaccines. How the U.S. has, you said, over half?
Over half.
Over half.
Well, the G7, yeah.
Got it, right? One of my best friends told me, you know, in terms of the vaccines, you know, I still haven't got vaccinated yet. Still kind of up in the air about it, 50-50. What are your thoughts about people that are kind of still on the fence, right? Because I got chewed out by my best friend, and I hear it, and it's not like you're saying it to me, but just in that statement alone about us having to have, and 11 countries in Africa can't even get vaccines.
Yeah.
She's like, nigga, we're privileged, and you're thinking
really
about wanting to make you have an option, and you don't want to take it.
Yeah.
How dare you? And that made me kind of switch my way of thinking about it versus, you know, you can have your own thoughts about it, right?
Yeah.
But that made me think like, damn, there's somebody right there that's out there that would love to be in my position to even have the option. And that's low key. That's been one of the reasons why I'm like, okay, now I'm open to possibly even wanting to do it versus being a hard no.
Yeah, that's good, man. That's actually for the cause. Yeah, to do it for the cause in the sense that like in solidarity for those that don't have, like, you know, it's kind of like, you know, our parents' generation to us about like our like sometimes opting out of voting. You know what I'm saying? Where you're like, well, I just don't like none of the candidates, not gonna vote. You know what I'm saying? And like, you know, our parents would be like, you lost your mind. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I think I got to be on this Skype call. I don't know, Skype, whatever. This virtual, you know, Zoom, whatever, with the CDC once recently, and it was about the ad council did this research where you got like 40% of America got it immediately, couldn't wait. You got 40% of America that's you're never going to convince them. You know what I mean? They kids get smallpox. You know what I'm saying? Or chicken pox. Smallpox has been eradicated because of vaccines. That's why ain't nobody died of polio. You know anybody died of polio?
I haven't.
Exactly, vaccines. But anyway, and then there's the 20% that you guys would fall into to where you're just like, I just don't know. You know what I'm saying? I think there's a part of me that says, well, if you're in the ocean, you might as well swim. You know what I'm saying? It's like all of us know that like capitalism's corrupt, but like I'm still selling books. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
like, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm in the ocean.
I'm capitalizing.
I still bought property.
I still bought property. I know we are standing on the historical Tongva tribe native lands right now. That's where we at.
Facts.
It's where we are. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I still bought my house. You know what I'm saying, right? So I'm like, we're in the ocean, you might as well swim. So there's part of me that says that. So in the sense that like you do have the freedom to choose to or to not, I part of me is like a closet libertarian in the sense where I'm like, I should just kind of, leave a nigga alone. If that's what you want to do, it's what you want to do. You know what I'm saying? The other part of me is the cultural anthropologist in me that's just like, man, just like there's historical precedence around this. Like I'm trying to tell you, like we've seen this before.
Nigga, just get poked.
Just it's fine.
Pause.
It's fine. You know what I'm saying?
You'll be okay.
But yeah, I think that like you both of y'all are very intelligent. You gonna do your homework and make your own decision. My hope is that second assumption is a true assumption that you're going to do your homework.
Facts.
It's not just
facts.
Leaving it up to
nigga,
just...
y'all not putting dope chip in me.
Right,
Nigga,
right.
nigga, like, what are you talking about, fam? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, so that I am going to assume the best in both of y'all.
Yeah. You know what? One of the things that woke me up on one of the podcasts that we had probably like 4 or 5 months ago. I was in that, man, chip me out. I was that was me.
Uh-huh.
It was like, you know, we already chipped, right? I'm like, what you mean? I was like, what you talking? He said, what are we exactly?
Right in
he
your
said,
hand.
Hold this up. I said, Oh yeah.
You already chipped.
You
That's
already
like
chipped.
I don't look, and you put your face to open it.
Got it.
Come on, man.
Right. We already there.
You know what I'm saying? So like that ship is sailed.
I might as well swim.
Right.
You might as well swim.
I'm swimming.
That's what I'm
Now,
saying.
you know what I'm swimming? I'm trying to figure out how to sell these boats. You know what I'm saying?
Trying to buy the lake. Nigga, you know what I'm saying? Right.
Since we in the ocean, I got dinghies for sale. You know what I'm saying? Hey, listen.
Look.
We got life vests for sale.
Look here.
I got dinghies, life vests.
You need.
Hey,
yeah.
look,
I'm selling pool noodles. I'm selling pool.
And mine better than theirs.
Yeah,
too,
right,
you know what I'm
right.
saying?
Come
Right.
holler at me about it. Prop, man. Going and
Yes.
sell the book. I mean, how
Man.
can they grab it? How can they support you? How can they go in and listen to the podcast?
Yes.
All that, bro.
Terraform is a hybrid of poetry and prose and illustrations. Shout out Young Mur from Long Beach. She did all the drawings and the covers on there. That's on all the outlets, Barnes & Noble's, Amazon. It's on all of it. You can go to prophiphop.com, /book for the book, /coffee for the coffee.
There we go.
What I try to do is I found across the country Black and Indigenous and women-ran coffee roasters. Piled them in one place. You want to support coffee, support the music, and support the cause. You know what I'm saying? It's all right there for you. Hood Politics Pod on the iHeart Media Network.
Yeah.
And yeah, you just follow that on Hood Politics Pod.
Is the red couch? You still doing that one?
We're still doing that. That's in seasons.
Okay.
It's off season right now. My wife also landed a book deal,
Nice.
so she's
Nice.
she trying to finish her joint. And so once we finally get a second where like our kids are at something else, rather than it's hard when it's your wife and you got to do a show and raise the kids.
Man,
so
it's
like
all in house right there.
it's all in house, fam.
For
We got
sure.
the equipment, but we just like we ain't got it where we got like an all pair or
I
a
get
nanny moving in. You know what I'm
I
saying?
get it, bro. It's you living that real life, and it's hard to separate it when
Bro.
turn it on and turn it off is a real thing.
Shout out that third parent, the iPad.
For
You know what I'm
sure.
saying? That's the third parent.
Sure.
There you go.
Yeah.
Right.
Propaganda, my man. Prop.
Man, thank
Appreciate
you so much.
you coming on through, man. I look forward to the next time we chop it up and the level up and the conversations we have from there, man. Homegrown Radio, Chuck Dizzle, DJ Head. We'll catch y'all next time.
Peace.